I'm Daksha. I produce a show called The World Tour of Meditation. It aired during the pandemic, and I also teach meditation. This month's topic is the color blue and meditation. And this week, I wanted to read my email newsletter to you. If you don't already get it and you'd like to, you're most welcome to sign up. The way to sign up is on my website, dakshameditation.com, and the link is in the description below. So without further ado, let me read you this newsletter because I just wanted to share some wisdom, share some knowledge, share some ideas that I've been thinking about. A flower with two wings. There is a dark blue flower with two petals, perched, metaphorically that is, right in the center of your forehead. In the West, often mispronounced as the Ajna Chakra, in the East, it is known as the Agnya Chakra, a spinning wheel of energy, a vortex that has something to do with your third eye. Some texts depict it as violet in color, others a pure white, and others still a deep, dark blue. Welcome to your third eye. I'm writing this newsletter because 2 months ago, I got very frustrated with something or someone, I don't exactly remember, but my cherished wise mother, bless her, told me that this blue chakra, this spinning wheel of energy that binds matter and spirit, when it opens fully, when the third eye flowers, when the petals open up, it is said that there are two little deities, two little goddesses that live on each petal, one in this petal, one in the other. There is a poem called the Lalita Sahasranamam, a poem of the 1,000 names of the goddess Sri Lalita Devi. And in this poem, the 525th name goes something like this. Hamsavati Mukhya Shakti Samanvita. She, the goddess Sri Lalita, who is surrounded by Shaktis called Hamsavati. Sometimes this is also translated, as my mother did, as she who is accompanied by the Shaktis Hamsavati and Kshamavati in the two petals of the lotus. So imagine this. You got a diagram here, that one there, and it's supposed to be a pictogram of the third eye. So in the middle, you kind of have the center of the flower, that's just an Om there, and on either side, a petal that when it opens up, it's, it's kind of like maybe blue flower with two petals. On one petal lives a little goddess called Hamsavati. Who is she? So the word Hamsavati comes from Hamsa, the Sanskrit word for swan. And in Hindu mythology, the swan, Hamsa, represents two things. First off, the swan is the only animal that, if you give milk diluted with water, mixed up, not pure milk, mythologically, the swan can separate the milk from the water and just drink the milk. AKA, it can take the good from the bad and just consume the good. Because, life always gives you a mixed bag. And how do you learn to separate the good and bad and just nourish yourself with the good? Really ingest just the good. This is the blessing of Hamsavati. The other meaning of the swan in Hindu mythology is one of deep calmness. It is said that the goddess of wisdom, Saraswati herself, sits on the swan. And as my spiritual teacher, Shakti Amma, mentioned a few days ago, if you watch a swan walk on land, it walks very slowly. There's a calmness to it. And when you awaken, when you learn to awaken this quality of the swan, you awaken within yourself calmness, as well as the ability to separate good from bad and truly nourish yourself on just the good. So, back to our diagram. Dum-da-dum-da-dum. On one petal is Hamsavati, and on the other petal is another little goddess called Kshamavati. Maybe I didn't explain this earlier, I kind of took this for granted, but when you open the third eye, it's said that you can see everything. You perceive clearly and you can see the inner planes. And I would imagine if you see everything and sense everything, there's lots of good and lots of bad. So, alongside the calmness and discernment that our resident goddess of the first flower petal, Hamsavati, offers, when you start to see life more clearly, when you perceive everything, you need to learn to let go, truly let go of the bad. And this is the blessing of little goddess number 2, Kshamavati. The one over there. The way my mother put it is that Kshamavati helps us to forgive the bad. And I've been reflecting on these two traits a lot recently, forgiving the bad and taking the good. I remember many years ago, Sri Ravi Shankar once said that when energy flows up, it can flow up and down through any of the chakras, but when it flows up in the third eye area, you experience alertness, and when it flows down, you experience anger. And this is something I notice a lot in extremely sharp, intelligent artists, scientists, creators. They can also be really quick to anger when the alertness or their focus is disrupted. And, when you see something in the world that makes you angry, how do you learn to take the good, drink the nectar, and forgive the god-awful? This is my invitation to you this week. Reflect on the blessings of these two little deities, the teachings of the swan, the forgiveness of the bad, and see in your own life, where can you try to practice taking the good, walking with calmness, and where can you practice forgiveness of what you see as not right? Good luck and Godspeed. I would love to hear if you have any insights to share or questions. And I'll see you next week for more on the color blue and meditation. Thank you.